Good evening, folks. It's Tersse back on all Squat Box again. And yes, I'm very drunk. I'm reasonably old. And moderately bearded. You know, I'll probably get that from all the MMOs I've played. I think I'm becoming partially dwarf. But then, you know, that's probably evolution, you know what I mean? And I know that there's some people out there don't believe in evolution. But I do believe that the amount of MMOs I've played as a dwarf has somehow corrupted or changed or evolved my DNA into being partially dwarf. I even think I'm shrinking in height. Although people do say that as you get older you shrink in height anyway. So perhaps we all have a little bit of dwarfism in us. Anyway, getting beyond that, let's get to the meat of the soup, or the meat of the stew, or the, you know, whatever, you know. Let's get to the meat of the conversation. Republicans are supposedly holding this white vote, especially this white male working class vote in America. And I think this election, this year, 2012, will absolutely disprove that total load of bullshit. What they do have is they have the white elder working class, you know, vote. And that may be quite a large vote at the moment, but over the next 20 years, a lot of those white people with these fixed social ideas are going to die off. Yeah, they're going to die of natural causes. Nobody's going to come in and kill them. They're just going to die because they got old and died. You know what I mean? I'm going to get old and die. Well, I'm old now, but I'm not dead yet. But eventually I'll die. And my social ideas will die with me. But hopefully the people who have followed up in my footsteps, or no, in my I don't know, back path, or whatever, no, people come after me, will at least see that the sense in a social structure that actually helps people, you know, the whole of society, rather than just helping a few, you know. And it shouldn't depend on the colour of your skin, or even, although I'm an atheist, it shouldn't even depend on the fact that you believe in a God, or believe in this God or that God, or Allah or Buddha or Jesus, or, you know, none of that should matter. And more younger people are coming to that conclusion. So I would think that the reason that Obama is going to do really well, even with the white working class vote, white male working class vote in America today, is that almost anybody who's white, middle class, working, you know, and under 40, you know, has already seen that the bullshit that went on with you know, fucking George W. Bush was actually detrimental to them in their work. It was actually detrimental to them in keeping a job, having a job they could depend on, you know, working at their whole life. They've now seen the sort of things that, you know, George W. Bush and his ilk, and Mitt Romney and his ilk instigated, which is, well, we can get someone to do your job in another country, you know what I mean, for a tenth of the price we pay you, so we're going to send your job over there. But we still want you to buy the goods that those people make, that you used to make. We still want you to buy that car. We're just not going to give you a job where you can afford to fucking earn the money to buy it. That's anathema. That is fucking anathema. We want you to buy this fucking car, but we're not going to pay you to work in the factory that makes the car. We only have to go back to George Ford. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure because I'm very drunk. Right? I think it was George Ford, the first guy who instigated, you know, manufacture of a car in a fucking, you know, production, you know, mass production. And he had the idea that, you know, if I pay my workers enough money to buy the car that they make, they will buy the car, and that will keep the factory going. And the friends will all have, you know, similar jobs producing the parts that I need to make the car, and they will earn enough money to buy my car. Therefore, everybody will own my car, and they'll all have a car, and my factories will be in production for generations, you know what I mean? Nowadays we don't have that. We have Mitt Romneys who say, well, you know what, yeah, I could pay Americans, you know what I mean, $12 or $14 or $15 an hour to make my fucking, you know, my spigots and my screws and my nuts and bolts, and I could pay them $30 an hour to put that together into a car. But you know, I can build a factory in China and make that car for fucking, you know, a tenth of the price, you know what I mean? And then I can stick it on a ship and just ship it all the way around the world to America and sell it for the price that, you know, I would sell it in America, but I'm going to actually have made it for like a fifth the cost, you know, so I make 4 times as much profit. I get really, really rich, and my workers, well, my workers are in China. They can't afford to buy the car, and the workers who used to make the car in America, well, they're out of work. They're now flipping burgers, and they can't afford to buy the car. But I'm still importing these very expensive cars into America, and I'm still supposedly making millions of dollars. Except you're not making millions of dollars, because people can't buy your fucking car. You know what I mean? Eventually what's going to happen is, that fucking car is no longer imported to America, because people can't buy it. Why do you import a fucking car from China to America when people aren't buying it? No, you're going to be buying European fucking cars, which is what's happening in America. People are buying European cars. Do you know why? Because they're fucking cheaper. They're cheaper, and they fucking drive fucking farther on a gallon of fucking petrol than a fucking American car does. You know what I mean? Oh, like Obama's forced you to fucking make your fucking engines more efficient. Oh, but that's bad. You know what I mean? Obama bad. I mean, no. It's like, no, Romney good, Obama bad. You know what I mean? It's like fucking crazy bullshit, fucking fucked up fucking financial fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? The only thing is, if you're going to make something and sell it to your people, you make it and sell it in the fucking place that people live. And the reason that they can buy it is because you're paying them enough to fucking buy it. You don't make a packet of nuts for 2 cents, you know what I mean, and then sell it for fucking, you know, 100 fucking quid. You know, you make it for 2 cents and you sell it for 18 pence. Why? Because people can buy a bag of nuts for fucking 18 pence. They can't buy a fucking bag of nuts for 100 fucking dollars, you know what I mean? So why do people make cars and, you know, they make them for like, you know, $4,000 and then they sell them to you for fucking $36,000. What the fuck's that about? You make a car for fucking $10,000, they sell it to you for fucking $70,000. They make a car for, you know, you get my fucking point. Why don't they make a car for fucking, you know, $1,000 fucking dollars or $10,000 and sell it to you for $12,000? They make $2,000 fucking dollars on it. Bang! There you go. Why do they have to make so much profit? Why do millionaires have to keep making $1 million every year? Once you've got fucking $1 billion in the bank that you'll probably never spend in your lifetime, why do you have to make? Why do you have to be, you know, a multi-billion-dollar cunt? You know what I mean? Why when you've got one house that you really love living in, you know, in say, you know, Iowa, why do you have to buy a house in California and a house in fucking Florida and a house in fucking, you know, Europe, you know, in Italy, and a house in fucking, you know, Japan? Why do you have to have houses all over the fucking world? Why can't you just be ordinary normal people and go and live in a fucking hotel for the fucking 2 days you're in fucking Japan? You know what I mean? Why do you have to own an airplane? Why does a billionaire have to have his own 747 so that him and his fucking, you know, young secretary that's only there to take notes because his 50-year-old wife has to, you know, look after his New York fucking flat or something miles away, fly him and his 18-year-old fucking, you know, secretary, you know what I mean, to Japan for 2 days and live in a house that he bought in Japan, rather than just go and live in a fucking hotel for fucking 2 days. And why don't they just take a fucking normal fucking flight there, you know what I mean? It's like, why do people have to own their own jets? Why? I mean, if these fuckers had to use ordinary jets, we would all get a better service, because we would get the service those fuckers demanded, you know what I mean? So I would say there's a big reason for making sure that rich people couldn't buy their own jets and had to use public fucking transport. Because if they were using public transport would be fucking brilliant. I've just got to say that. You know what I mean? If you're a billionaire, had to fly your own fucking, your ordinary fucking, flight to fucking Europe, you know what I mean? Do you think he's going to be flying in a plane where, it's fucking chock-a-block and you can't fucking wiggle your toes without touching the guy in front of you? You know what I mean? It's like, no. Planes would be fucking brilliant, man, you know what I mean? And you would have more planes. There'd be more room in them. Fuck these rich bastards having their own fucking planes and their own yachts and their own fucking, private fucking this and private. Fuck that. It should be public fucking air, public fucking buses, public fucking trains, and everybody should have to fucking use them, even the rich motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Okay, you can have a fucking a first class coach, but fuck that. They've got to use the same fucking tracks. That way the tracks are fucking perfect. The fucking switching is perfect, and you never have a fucking train crash into another train by fucking accident because some cunts fucking spent fucking 14 hours at work because they went pay someone else to fucking come in and do a second shift, and they forgot to switch something. Because this is what a lot of our accidents is because some people are working 2 fucking shifts, and this is what the union was all about, man. A man should work his 8 fucking hours and go home, because when you're fucking doing a double shift because somebody didn't turn up, they should have someone come in and fucking take that space. If you've already worked 8 hours, you should go home. And you should go home after working 8 hours with enough money in your pocket to put food on the fucking table for you, your wife and your fucking kids, and still be able to fucking put your kids through fucking college or school, you know what I mean? Why should only the fucking rich be able to afford shit? Because, let's face it, the whole world would fall apart if it wasn't for us poor fucking working class fuckers. Do you think that these rich motherfuckers, even with their private jets, could fly from fucking America to Europe, or China, or Japan, or fucking, the fucking, their wee fucking island fucking resort, without fucking ordinary working people sitting in a fucking, a control tower, watching other planes and make sure they don't fly into each other? And then that motherfucking cunt Reagan fucking sacked them all because they all wanted fucking a couple of dollars fucking more wages? Yeah, fuck him, Reagan and Thatcher, fuck Britain up, fucked America up, and the Republicans are continuing to fuck America up. You've got to get rid of those motherfuckers. Get the fucking Republicans out, man. Get the unions back. The unions made sure that people could put fucking food in their fucking plate. For them, their wives and their kids. Any country didn't see that's what the union was all about. You're a fucking idiot. It's not about fucking God. It's about feeding your family. It's about doing a day's work and getting a day's pay. Not doing a day's work and getting quarter day's pay. And that's what all these fucking motherfuckers want. When somebody gets paid $7 an hour to work at McDonald's, and McDonald's make $1.5 billion fucking dollars profit, don't you think they could have just made like, $750 million profit and put $750 million into paying their workers a little bit more? Maybe $11, $12 an hour rather than $7. And don't you think those workers, if they were getting $12 an hour, would smile more when they fucking served you that fucking, that bun with a bit of fucking raw beef in it? Well, seared beef, or that crap that you eat in McDonald's. But they would smile more because they know that, well, at $12 I can fucking stop doing that fucking shitty part-time job I'm doing to bring home fucking extra money to feed my kids. I can feed my kids just straight from the fucking McDonald's wages. The McDonald's they'd still be making $750 million fucking dollars, every quarter. Do they need to make $1.5 billion a quarter? Could they not be satisfied with $750 million a quarter and pay more wages to their workers? I would think that would be if I owned McDonald's, I'd be thinking fucking yeah, pay my fucking workers a bit more. make sure that their kids grow up to think that McDonald's is the place to come to and work. Not because I get rich out of it, but because I pay you a wage where you can earn enough money to feed your family and go to college and shit like that. Is that not the American fucking dream? Isn't that the dream of everybody? Isn't that the world fucking dream? That you do 8 hours fucking work and you get paid a wage. That means that you can go home and feed your family. Isn't that the fucking world dream? It's not the American fucking dream. America conquered it. America has captured and taken it as their own. But it's not. It wasn't America. It was the British dream. That's why unions started in fucking Britain. That's why we fucking fought for the right for the vote for fucking, you know, ordinary working men and then women. You know what I mean? And America followed us. They did it. You know, but you know, it's the world dream. It's not the American fucking dream. It's the world fucking dream. Get it right, man. You know what I mean? Come on. Everybody wants to fucking have a decent life. Not just Americans. You aren't fucking the only people who fucking think shit up. If it wasn't for the fucking rest of Europe, America wouldn't even fucking exist at the moment. You know what I mean? You're only there because of us. You're our fucking spawn. You know what I mean? So please, don't give us that you're great and you're above everybody else. But I've got to say that I admire America. I do admire, not everything in America, but I do admire a lot of things in America. They have taught me a lot of things that are wrong in my country, a lot of things that I see wrong around the world. But you've got so many basic things fucking wrong, man. The health service, for fuck's sake. Unions aren't fucking communism. You know what I mean? National Health Service isn't socialism. It's fucking hell. It's social, but it's not socialism. Fuck. But I've got to say, I do think that the Republicans are not conservatives, they're theocrats. That's just my view. I mean, fucking hell, I think the Democrats in America are like the conservatives in Britain. And I'm sure that most people in America see the Labour Party in Britain as fucking socialists, whereas they're not. They are constructed from a socialist idea, but it's more than that. You know, they sort of took to their heart the idea of a socialist view of the society you live in with a capitalist view of the national prosperity and, you know, the world view of the nation. You know what I mean? So that's why I consider myself a socialist capitalist. You know what I mean? I believe capitalism does work, but it needs to be attenuated with a social structure, a strong social structure, and the community that you live within. And part of that means that you've got to restrain that nationalist and that conservative fucking, you know, view that does happen in when you're thinking in a view of international relations. You know what I mean? So I do think I'm a socialist capitalist, or a social capitalist, I suppose. You know what I mean? And it works. Social capitalism does work, but it has to be seen as that, social capitalism. And the Republicans have got it all fucking wrong, man. They're theocratic. The GOP, they are theo-fucking-cratic, you know what I mean? And I'm not happy with the Labour Party or the Conservatives in this country. I'm not even happy with the Scottish National Party either. I think they've got some things fucking, you know, skewed and screw-riffed and fucked up as well. But I suppose you've just got to pick the least dangerous, devil, you know what I mean, that you make your bed with, you know what I mean. Anyway, as long as you've got motherfuckers. And I don't know, it's 41 minutes past 12 here in the UK. I haven't received any sort of income I get from America. I'm going to go and do that now. But I do believe that Obama is going to win. The only way that I think that Obama is going to lose is if the cheating that the GOP have instigated over the last fucking 6 months, you know, stemming the vote, you know, refusing people the right to fucking vote, and you know, making sure that, you know, some people couldn't vote, making sure people would walk away from it because the lines are too long, and making sure that certain I don't know what you call it, you know, but those ballot things where, you know, I can't vote, so I'll do a write-in ballot. You know, there are a lot of these GOP fuckers are making sure that those won't get counted. You know, and if Obama doesn't win, that's the reason, because of fraud and fucking, you know what I'm talking about. Making sure people couldn't vote, stealing the vote from people, and anyway, so how you fun with that?